Human nature is a mystery that cannot be interpreted by just a simple explanation. It is like a Pandora box that should not be opened if you are not prepared to face whatever it could bring. And in that nature lies many aspects that could propel human civilization forward or even destroy its own creation. A desire to be famous, to gain notoriety, to amass a large sum of money, or even to just gain power. It is in human nature to get whatever the heart may desire. But in that process of gaining all those things, some people would go an extra length to form a special group, or what we may call a cult. Throughout history, cults have been famously formed and known in a religious form, and almost all of these cults had brought destruction more than contribution to the world. For example, the historical mass suicide in Jonestown led by the cult leader James Jones, the attack of 5 subway stations in Tokyo by Shoko Asahara and his cult followers in 1995, the infamous Manson family led by their leader Charles Manson, and the most recent sex cult, NXIVM, disguised as the multi-level company led by their leader Keith Raniere. All of these cults were created to exploit basic human nature and desire, but in today's modern world, we could see the resemblance of those cults in business industries, technologies, self-help gurus, consumer products, and lifestyle choices. And on that note, there are some things that we could learn and emulate from all of these cults and apply them to our business or even social groups. So, here are 5 key elements on how a modern-day cult is created. 1. Branding. In our daily lives, whether we like it or not, brands are the new cults. In the book The Culting of Brands, written by Douglas Adkins, he made quite a clear comparison and similarities between the psychology of cults and corporate brands. Both of them have logo, symbols, and tagline that represents their vision or belief. They also make their followers and customers believe in what they preach or sell. They will create a mirror effect to allure their followers into believing that their brands represents what people need to complete their lives, which led to the second key element, appealing to people's emotion. Emotions are driven by imagination and creative thinking. To spark an imagination, a story must be told in a certain way that could invoke an immense emotional response. Any cult leader, religion, or corporate businesses would deliver their story through their preaching and products. What are they selling? Why you should take a chance and listen to them? What would you get if you decide to buy from them? The way they would cause people to believe in them is appealing to other people's emotion. When people's emotions are being hooked, it is less likely for them to think rationally and wisely. And that is their cue to go in on a full strike. 3. Create a strong sense of belonging. To create a strong sense of belonging, one must first appeal to one of the basic human needs of survival, which is a relationship. Relationship is one of the vital components of a good life. Without relationship, whether in real life or the virtual world, people would go mad as they could not express their thoughts and share their belief about anything. But people prone to relate to other people who share the same view or opinions. This is where a psychological bias of cognitive perception takes place. A strong sense of belonging could make others easily see people who are not in the same group as them as threats. It is hard for people to recognize a bias in their own mind more than recognizing biases in others. In turn, this is where an extremist form of group would emerge just to defend what they believe, and it is all downhill from there. 4. Target vulnerable people. Vulnerability is a double-edged sword in which we can use or be used against us. Cult leaders and big corporations know it best. For example, in the old days, people who are lost in life and in the midst of facing some life crisis would be the easiest people to fall victim to the cult-like group. They were approached with a promise of hope and escape from the worldly suffering. This temporary emotional distraction would be the main gateway for the cult leaders to drain everything they could get from their followers. As in today's world, big corporations spend thousands and billions of dollars on advertising, celebrities' endorsement, just to grab their consumers' attention on every new product they sell on the market. These new shiny object syndromes would trigger a scarcity mindset on their current and soon-to-be customers. To make it more scarce, they will always put a specific time period on certain sales and quantity of their products. Nothing is more dangerous when people are desperate and obsessed, and the big companies know it. 5. Develop an immense interaction. Humans are social animals, and interaction is one of the easiest ways to connect with one another. People may communicate as a way to deliver what they think or believe, but if the other party doesn't react or respond, there is no interaction between those two. It is important to create a two-way relationship, and in today's world, the internet and advertising companies are the agent of influence. There is no term or even a career position as influencer or brand strategist back in the old days, but now, influencing others seems like a legal work to do. And the more frequent people are exposed to certain interactions, the more likely for them to open up their mind and change what they used to believe. As Robert B. Cialdini said in his book, Influence: The Psychology of Persuasion, often we don't realize our attitude towards something has been influenced by the number of times we have been exposed to it in the past. Overall, these 5 key elements are vital to inform us about any incoming red flags from certain group with any card-like characteristic. At the end of the day, it is within our own moral judgment and conscience whether to use this information for the greater good or the other way around. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoy our content, hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss our future updates. Until then, we will see you in the next videos.